All right, so this is the Attack on Titan season 4, episode 6 podcast for the not Declaration of War, it's the Warhammer Titan episode. And yeah, what did we think of this episode? Well, first of all, let me do a little rundown. It's basically Eren transforming into the Attack Titan, he goes insane, and then like a bunch of people start getting killed, and then mysterious figures from the past start showing up and helping our boy Eren. That's kind of like the non-spoiler review. And let's just get into the spoilers of this episode. And yeah, what did you think of it?
I love how ruthless Eren was at the start when he transformed, and he just kept going in on the crowd. He just wouldn't stop. Just, you know, like punch after punch.
Yeah, I remember reading that in the manga, being like kind of scared of him because he just went insane and crazy. But
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah, there's like a good shot of his face, like a close up of his face, and he just looks demonic.
he's like a demon, this dude. Like,
Yeah, it
damn.
didn't even look like a titan, but yeah, he just looked demonic and had like blood on his face. It's pretty cool.
Like, jeez. I love how in the main poster we just don't see a human version of Eren, just his Titan, and it kind of represents how much of a monster he's become.
Yeah, I love that. And what's that guy's name? I forgot some of the new casts of character when they like everyone's
Udo,
trying to evacuate from
Colt,
Eren.
Eren, no,
Um,
sorry, not Eren. There's Udo, the guy with the glasses. Colt is the older
him, the guy with the
teenager.
glasses.
Udo.
Yeah, like what? And the girl who got crushed by the stone is the rock.
Oh, Zofia. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's it's kind of messed up. It's kind of like episode 1 of Attack on Titan
Dude,
season 1.
I remember reading that in the manga, being so shocked that those two died. I thought they were going to play a major role in this series, and they just
Not
died like
just
that. I
die
was
like
like,
that.
what a way to
And
die.
it's ruthless, like how the guy with the glasses, how he dies. He just gets
Yeah,
trampled to
Udo.
death, and you
That
see
was
like bits of
horrible.
his, like it's like chunks of his head missing.
No. Like, God.
That's that. I love how they kept that in. And then the evacuate. Um, what's her name? The little girl. She's in shock. She's angry. She's
Gabby.
seen. Yep.
You know what? I kind of felt kind of sorry for her because in the manga, obviously, I wasn't really into these characters, like reading them. But when you actually see them on screen and like you hear their voices, you really do feel bad for them, and like you just feel bad for this kid.
She's basically Eren from episode 1.
Yeah, definitely. Just seeing this carnage happen in front of her eyes, like damn.
Yeah.
And just like seeing her childhood friends just kind of die in front of her, it's just like, what? Why is this happening? I don't understand. And it's just, it's just brutal, dude. Brutal.
They try like getting to the hospital, but everything is full. The guy's like, you're carrying around a dead body.
Yeah, that's when it's confirmed that Udo is like 100% dead, and
Yeah.
Gabby's just like,
Just that
all right,
state
I'm
of
gonna.
shock.
She's just like, she's gonna try and do something and like find a reason why those two had to die the way they did. Like,
Yeah, and Reiner and Falco, they're presumed dead. They nowhere to be seen in this
yeah,
episode.
they're missing, and we're wondering
And they're
what's
like
gonna happen to them.
they're underneath where the destruction is, where everyone transformed.
Yeah, literally right in the center of like, you know, the explosion, pretty much. Damn.
Oh, we forgot to say that the episode did start with Tiber.
Yeah, this bit was actually a chapter or two before the Declaration of War chapter, I think.
It was.
Because I
I
think,
remember that.
yeah, I remember it being like chapter 98. I think it was the chapter before Willie Tiber did the speech.
Yep.
If you remember, it literally happened before he did the speech.
It's like they were planning on him being a martyr, and it like worked out, but not in the way that they imagined. But
Yeah, I think they wanted to surprise the audience with like Willie actually knowing that he knew this attack would
yeah,
happen.
that's basically what it was, just to unite all nations against the threat of Eren and Paradise Island. Was it his sister who see?
Yeah, his sister,
Yeah,
yeah.
she sees him dying, and then she transforms into the Warhammer Titan,
Oh yeah, dude. Like, ugh.
and she transforms a bit weird.
Yeah, it looks a bit strange. Like,
She transforms from she transforms from the like feet upwards, where other transformations of other Titans is from the nape
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it expands out.
Yeah, this one's a lot different. Like,
And then both Eren just intervenes like before she can like fully transforms and just gives her like a sucker punch
yeah, I
and
like
then
that.
just
Oh
gets
my
going
gosh.
ham
Like
on.
he didn't even give her like a chance to like fully transform. Like I'm sure the old Eren would be like kind of like looking at the Titan while it transforms fully, but he's like, nope, seen it, done it. Let's just get it over
Yeah,
with.
seen it, done it, happened before. Like there's like what 10 punches to the face
My
there.
gosh, Eren is a beast. Like, oh my gosh, like the scene when, like the beginning scene when he just kind of dived onto like all the Mali soldiers, like he just went for them,
Yes, yeah, rugby tackle the
and
entire.
then he's just stomping on them,
It's,
like
it's,
stomping. Like
this Eren is a much improved Eren of what we've had in the
it's a more
past.
developed Eren of him because it's still Eren, but it's just a different version. It's just
It's
a,
like he's crossed this line where he knows there's no way of
yeah,
returning
he
back.
knows what he's doing. He's not like doing this and it's like, oh, I didn't mean to do it. No, he knows what the consequences are of his actions and he's still doing it. Like this dude is just flipping insane. Also, I did like the scene with the battle of like Eren versus the Warhammer Titan, and then we have like our gal Mikasa like show up just when the Warhammer Titans like any last words, Eren Yeager. I love the voice in the Warhammer, by the way, like as she's talking to him.
Yeah, I was. You know what? I was curious how the Hammer Titan would look like in anime because in the manga it has a face, like a human face.
Yeah, it kind of does.
It looks weird. The face part, like
It looks weird.
you see the mouth, but I guess it works kind of like it's it's a human in armor basically.
Yeah, they kind of wanted to really like stylize it in the anime form, like make it a little bit more interesting looking
But yeah, but
instead of just having a generic human face.
it seems like Eren loses that fight, and before the Warhammer Titan can get that final blow on Eren, Eren's like Mikasa, it's like now or never or something like that.
Yeah, now never Mikasa, and then you just hear the music, like the kind of guitar. It kind of reminded me of the Wonder Woman theme song, like the guitar, the electric, like just ah,
Oh yeah,
that's pretty
it
sick.
does. Yeah,
He really did. And then Mikasa's like, dude, I actually kind of think she looks a lot bigger. Like she's been working out.
yeah,
Like,
she's hench.
oh yeah.
She's more masculine
Oh
now.
man. Tells Eren like, do you know what you have done? You've killed children and innocent
Yeah,
civilians. Like,
Mikasa is saying this to Eren, and what was Eren's response to that? He says, "We still have a job to do.
yeah, that's it.
Warhammer Titan is still alive." Like he doesn't care that he just killed children or innocent people. He's like, the Warhammer Titan is still alive. That was his response to Mikasa.
He just does not seem phased by the whole situation at all. And Mikasa's
Yeah,
just like, oh my gosh. She kind of has tears in her eyes. Like, she looks really like this. She
like
kind of feels a bit distraught.
this isn't the Eren she knows.
She kind of wants him to literally come back to paradise, but also return to the old Eren, like who he used to be.
The one that wrapped the scarf around her neck.
Yeah, because
But
this Eren would not just kill like kiddies.
yeah, but it's this path that he crossed, and he there's no stopping.
There's no stopping that all, dude. But anyway, Gabby's kind of like talking to the general soldiers later on, and I kind of noticed that these are Marley soldiers. Like they appeared in like the previous two episodes, and they were talking to Gabby, and they're like the only Marley people to actually talk or respect
Yeah,
the
show respect
Eldians
to
or
the
like be
Eldians.
friendly. Yeah,
But
and it's
they
something I
get
just noticed because yeah,
they get massacred with
massacred
like a
by the
Sasha,
potato girl.
a potato girl, and Gabby's
Oh my,
like just shocked. She's angry, and then you get a close up of her jaw, like just like biting her teeth or whatnot. And she
yeah,
picks
she's
up
just
that
like
rifle and
she's
just
angry.
charges into that action, the war zone. Gabby's ruthless.
She's so ruthless, dude. So ruthless. And obviously Sasha with the new hairstyle, like she's looking fresh. And even
Oh
Connie,
yeah,
like was
Connie,
she?
he has hair.
Yeah, he has hair, and
Upgrade.
he's massive
Everyone
now.
has an
Like the
upgrade.
dude's so tall.
Yeah, that is
He's taller
true.
than Sasha now. It's kind of strange.
Is he like that in the manga?
Yeah, he's
Did he
massive in the
he
manga.
gain height
Like,
in the manga? Because I don't know if he did.
yeah, he's like nearly 6 foot in the manga. Yeah, yeah. Like the dude's
So
taller than Hanji. He's taller than Sasha. He's about the
so
same
he's
height as
tall.
Eren
Wait, how
now.
tall is Eren?
Eren is about 6 foot now. He's 180 centimeters.
No way.
But yeah, we see Connie, Sasha, and Jean, and then also Flotch. And then Flotch is like, "There's our hero, the
Flotch,
devil,
to
like
be honest,
Eren."
with you, Flotch looks weird. He
He looks
looks
weird.
weird. He's from a. They pulled him out from a different anime and just put him in there. What is that here? What is that? Like, get back to Naruto or something, man.
Yeah, he does look a bit different.
Flock, who is he? We've seen this character before. Yeah, we've seen him before in the past, right? He was
Do
at
you remember season three? He
the
was the guy who
yeah,
wanted to
he's
bring
at the
back
end of season
Erwin
3.
Smith.
Yeah, he was the guy that survived, the lone survivor.
And he was also kind of like the same dude in the finale who basically dissed Eren, Mikasa, Armin, John, Sasha, and Connie for like
Yeah, that
not
is right.
stepping up.
He
Like,
did he did this. He dissed them, and now he's saying the opposite. Now he's following Eren.
now he's praising Eren.
Yeah,
Like, he's
he's
like,
like, this is
yes,
the
he is our
devil. This is
devil.
the devil we need, or something like that.
For like Eren, like I feel like he sees him as like Erwin version 2 in a way.
Yeah, this is
Because Commander Erwin, he kind of like did crazy stuff in the past, if you
yeah.
remember.
Erwin was ruthless, but I don't think he would charge all of his troops to go to a different country, right? And I don't think Eren told everyone,
I don't
because that's
know.
what it
Like,
seems like with the conversation he had with Mikasa. It seems like he came here alone, sent letters to his comrades,
it
and
actually
then
does.
Mikasa's like, come back home, something like that. So yeah, it seems like he charged in by himself, and I guess Flock, it seems like the only person that wanted to go with him because the amount of praises he gives Eren.
Yeah, yeah, it looks like
But
it.
everyone else seems a bit
And it's like, oh,
annoyed
God
that
bless
this war has
Eren.
started or something like that.
You can see it in Mikasa's eyes, and like even Jean's a bit kind of disturbed
Hmm.
by all
Yeah,
this.
there's a lot of death. And then what happens? Eren figures out where the real body of the Warhammer Titan is, right?
Yeah, he has to kind of like in a monologue on like what the Warhammer's abilities are and like where it is, and he kind of like finds it in this like kind of crystal cocoon like Annie, and there's like this little cord thing.
Yeah, he rips it out, blood comes out of it, and he's just staring at this woman, whatever her name is. What is her name? I don't think we ever got her name.
Yeah, I forgot her name. It's Willie's
The name
younger sister.
That's her name, Willie's younger sister.
Willie's younger
And it
sister.
just
I think it's
yeah,
Laura.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say. He's holding her, like staring at her. He's gonna eat her, but all of a sudden, the Jaws Titan, Porco, comes in and saves her, and then he
Yeah, like
bites Eren's neck,
yeah,
and then
basically.
all of a sudden, he can't close his jaw. He can't bite off thingy. Eren he can't get Eren out with his jaw tightened.
You just
That's
can't do
because
it.
Levi just caught his jaw. I can't. He doesn't have the power to close his jaw no more.
Levi just comes
And
out
then,
of
then he has to
nowhere,
flee.
and he's just like
And,
moving
and
at
then
light speed.
every single and all the recruitments just come out and start attacking the jaw titan. And then the Porco's like, wait a second, I'm a titan. Why aren't you afraid of me? And that's because these people have been fighting titans their whole lives. They're not scared no more.
Yeah, these guys have been like doing this since they were teenagers.
Yeah.
Levi, God knows how many years he's been
And,
doing it.
and then Porco has to like retreat.
Yeah, like he's so
And
cocky and arrogant, and he's like, "Oh, these are the devils."
what was the ending scene? I can't remember.
That was the final shot. Was like Levi kind of swooping in towards Galliard, and he's like, "You are the devils of Paradise Island," and he just
Oh,
kind of
okay, yeah.
freezes on Levi's face.
Basically that.
That was the last shot.
Cool.
But yeah, that's pretty much the episode in a nutshell. So yeah, those are the things. Yeah, I really did like just the carnage of war, and like how Mappa didn't censor any of like the bloodshed at all. Like they just really kept it in.
That's good. Yeah.
And like I do still like Galliard's Titan form. Like I do like him in CGI mode. Like he does look pretty cool.
Okay, are we getting into pros and cons?
Yeah, so I think we talked about our pros so far. So let's talk about what we weren't too keen on. So like the cons. Start with you.
It's okay. Which studio has created this beautiful world, this beautiful animation style? Back in when was this first season out?
2013 it came out, the first season.
2013, and it raised the bar for animation for me because I don't think anything that came out at that time was up to the par of Attack on Titan. And now, and then they up their game in season two with we see all these maneuvering from Mikasa, all this. It is CGI, but it's not obvious CGI because it's like 2.5 thingy, 2.5D or something like that. And it's hard if you pay attention, then you can tell it's obvious CGI. But when Mikasa is moving around in a maneuver gear in season two, this is, but they blend it so well in like the style that they've created. And they do the same with season three as well, with Levi in the episode one going through the market and just zipping around. But here it's so they didn't try to blend it with the 2D style. It's like it looks like a PS3 graphic when you see them like move around in CG, and like both styles don't blend well together. It's off-putting.
I'm a bit mixed on it. Like I don't hate it as much as you do, but there are some people online who are kind of not happy with it. But there's still a lot of people who still kind of praising
I
it
when I
overall.
saw when I saw that, like, okay, for the Titans, it's one thing, right? Because I'm like, okay, it's these giant creatures. Okay, understandable. But when you use it for like John, like zipping from one side of the screen to the other, like, why couldn't you just animate that? Why, why, why do you have to rely
Funny
on
thing is,
CGI for
dude,
just
I kind of didn't notice that. I actually thought the CGI was only on the tie-ins. I didn't even see the CGI on the humans.
wait? Are you watching it on a laptop?
I was watching it on the plasma screen.
Oh, okay, I was as well, but that's why I
Oh, okay,
noticed it.
I didn't notice it at all.
They use it so much. They use it for Mikasa when she's like running around in the maneuver gear.
Really?
They should have just You need to rewatch this episode. They should have waited a year or something like that.
I'm kind of I kind of disagree because I thought he did it pretty well because I didn't notice it. I didn't see it. I just saw the CGI Titans. Like
It's obvious. It's so obvious. Like the character
I've
models,
probably gotta I've probably gotta like go back and like watch some of these scenes because
like the character,
man,
like Mikasa is so stiff. There isn't any.
really,
Yeah, normally she's like fluid, like bouncy. When here,
I
she's
don't know.
just like
I
it's
don't
like
know.
a stiff
Probably there was
motion.
there was one scene when she was kind of like it was kind of like a weird Dutch angle shot where she kind of like hops onto the building and she kind of like freezes for a bit. Maybe I noticed that bit, but apart from that, I kind of thought he did an okay job. Like
It's like
I really
whenever
didn't notice
it's
it.
it's, it's whenever they use the maneuver gear, it's you can see it.
I've got to rewatch this because I didn't notice it. I guess I was just so hyped for the episode that I just didn't.
Yeah, it was hype, but they killed the hype by showing that.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess to each their own in a way, but yeah, for me in terms of negatives, like I really don't have much. Possibly, I'll probably say there was some shots with the attack titan looked a bit off. It wasn't all the time. It was just sometimes like I don't know, just some motion. And maybe the Warhammer Titan when it was defeated, like it kind of just the way it kind of fell didn't look 100% appealing, but it's just very small details that I just it's kind of nitpicking for me. But yeah. Also, I feel like with the CGI, like what they do is that they render it out like at 12 frames or like because anime has a very lower frame rate, so
Yeah, I know.
it can that's
This
why
is
it has.
this is a good comparison. Have you ever seen the new Berserk anime?
I've heard of it, but I've not seen it.
So
No.
it's basically that kind of animation, that kind of CGI that they use for it. The latest Berserk anime. I don't know when it came out, but you know, everyone's complaining when they heard it's going to be CGI. Like everyone wanted it to go back to its original 2D animation style, but for some reason that studio is obsessed with CGI. And it's what they Mappa is doing is they're blending that style with traditional cell shading 2D animation, and I don't know why. It's weird. You're having one world with having one world where it's this particular style, then all of a sudden it does this shift where you see this other style, and none of it
Yeah,
matches
yeah,
together
yeah.
because it's off.
For me, what made it off? Obviously, which studio did the CGI for like the Colossal Titan and like the Rod Reese
Yeah,
Titan when he
that was that they
transformed?
were painfully obvious from
Like,
which studio.
the reason why it was painfully obvious was because it was like playing at real time, so like the full 24 frames per second, so it looked a lot more lifelike, a lot smoother looking, and you have like the animation style, which is a bit more like filmy, flickery in a way,
Hmm.
and it just didn't blend together. You have like this super high frame rate, Rod Reese crawling, or the Colossal Titan. Then you have like the standard like looking anime characters moving around. It felt like it looked a bit odd,
Yeah,
but I feel like
that didn't work as well.
yeah, but with this one, I feel like it's a bit of an improvement because they lower the
No,
frame rate for the Titans,
no.
like when they move. Like I like the bit where Eren
Okay,
charges
I
toward.
will give you that in some scenes it worked well when Eren was punching the face of the Warhammer Titan. It worked there. You didn't really notice it that much. Or when Eren did a rugby tackle into the crowd, or when Reiner is charging against the wall. It does work for those particular moments. But when you hang on for a shot for so long, then it's noticeable.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, it kind of a bit jarring at times, to be honest with you. But I guess we're not really used to looking at CGI Titans. I mean, for the past like how many years, like 3 seasons of Attack on
Yeah,
Titan, we've been
it's just
seeing
weird
like
shift.
2D
It's like
Titans.
we weren't ready to see this kind of stuff, to be honest. But I guess they wanted it. Isayama just wanted it out there.
Yeah, but I feel like if the show started with CGI Titans, we probably wouldn't really care
Yeah,
too
yeah, I would
much.
agree. I would agree.
We would be so used to it because we would have been like, we kind of would have grown up with it because it started back in 2013,
Yeah,
and it would have been like, oh yeah, Titans are like that.
Wit
So
Studio just
yeah,
raised the bar like it's too high to
I don't know
maintain, and
because I can
even them,
always there's always pros and cons with like both studios, and like there are things I like about Wit and things I don't really like about what Wit did in a way.
it's just Wit just put too much. Um, when they made the bar like put the hot bar so high in season one, the only place you can go is downwards, and we see that in season three. In some of the Titans were being CGI.
Yeah, like the Colossal Titan especially, and like Rod Reese.
But this is what I was talking about in season three. Do you know when Mikasa does this spin a Rooney and she launches this rocket launcher inside Grinder's mouth?
Oh yes, yeah.
You're never going to see that again in
Who
this
knows,
season.
dude? Who knows? You
Yeah,
never
I'm
know.
telling you,
Like,
we're not going to see it now because everyone is CGI.
mm,
And the maneuver
we
gear has
never
been
know. We
used.
never know. We never know, dude. But I mean, overall, for me, I didn't notice it too much for me to kind of like dislike it.
Oh, it's
Like maybe
obvious.
if I rewatch it, I'll probably feel differently. But I mean, at this time right now, I kind of didn't have any dislike towards the human CGI. I thought it looked fine. I thought it looked decent.
Who's paying you? Who's paying you to say this? Mappa, give me the money. For you.
I don't know, dude. I honestly just didn't notice, to be honest with you. But anyway, it is what it is. Apart from that, I thought the episode was great.
It was. I would say, to be honest, there's more positive than negatives. So I like
Yeah,
this episode as well. The music was good. We didn't touch on the music, but the music was good.
music was very good, and dude, like last week, like a bunch of like haters just started to like harass the director because of the
That yeah, I saw
soundtrack
that. That's
choice.
horrible. That leave the animators alone.
I think it's the UC Big Girl song when Reiner and Burl transformed. That
That yeah, that's of all the things to complain about. You're complaining about the music, really?
the song, and like, the dude had to
Really?
like close his Twitter account because of all like the hate he
Like
got and
not the CGI Titans, but the music, really?
the music. I
Whatever.
thought the music was fine.
The music is good. It's been outstanding so far.
Yeah. I mean, I guess for me, the reason why I'm just not too picky with like how it looks and sounds is because I've read this part of the manga like 4 or 5 times, and I'm so used to like just seeing it like as still frames without any music, without any motion, without any color. So just to see it at least move and sound decent is, I feel like it's just enough for me, to be honest with you.
Okay, because for me, I finished season 3 back in December, Attack on Titan.
Hmm?
So that
Okay.
season's still kind of fresh in my mind.
Oh, okay. So when did you get up to date with the manga then?
Um, no, I was already caught up with the manga. I just didn't watch the anime season 3.
Oh, okay, okay. I literally finished season 3 on the same day season 4 premiered.
Wait, season 4 premiered? It should be fresh in your head of how good, the animation was back then. Because Mappa did have like a time piece.
It looked beautiful. Like, what studio really did do a good job. But I mean, again, I'm not really too picky. I kind of just watch it for the story, and like, I don't like watch it for like the visuals, too much. Like, it could be a book, and I'd be fine with it. To be honest with you.
I mean, that's what mangas are for.
Yeah. Very true, very true, very true. But I mean, the vast majority of people do like it. I mean, it is the third highest rated episode on IMDb, so it's obviously done well.
Yeah. But the thing is with anime, it's meant to capture your imagination of what the manga is meant to be.
Oh yeah, it
Like
definitely
you're not
did.
trying to like visualize CGI Titans or CGI humans, using the maneuvering gear. So I don't know. It feels like a downgrade, to be honest.
I guess so. I guess so. But it is what it is. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
we could have waited like 2, 3, 4 years for the final season to
Yeah,
be
I wouldn't
out.
have mind.
Maybe
I wouldn't have mind.
like, but I feel like a lot of people would have mind. That's the
Yeah,
thing. It's
yeah,
like
yeah. A lot of
there's
people are impatient for some reason.
millions of fans around the world. It's not just one person who wants it like done in like
Yeah, I know that's what's annoying because when you rush stuff to please people, you're just gonna get a lot of blowback, and fans are responsible for that. To be honest, like we shouldn't pressure people for like an
that's the
unfinished
thing,
product.
because we waited like two no 4 years for season 2 to come out. 4 years, like, oh,
And that season
and
was great.
it was great, but it was short, and like even I
Well,
kind of
that's
I
because they
will
were
admit
working
it
on season
was,
3. They were working on season
yeah,
3 as well.
they were kind of like doing it back to back in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it is what it is at the end of the day. But I mean, overall, I kind of like the episode, like the story, like the characters. Like, I feel like the 2D designs are all really good, and like when it comes to the humans, like just no titans, no action. It's all really good in my opinion.
Yeah. Do you know what? I agree with you there. To be honest, character models they're decent. Everything that's already 2D animated is good.
Yeah,
It's
it's
only
really
when
good.
they rely on the CGI it looks awful.
Yeah, I suppose so, but I feel like you have to have a really like sensitive eye to like really pick that out. Like,
I don't know. I just looked for like a second and I saw it. the C, my
wow.
CGI detector was going off the radar. It's going
Yeah,
off the chart.
not just you, dude. Not just you, but a couple of very loud individuals on Twitter noticed that as well.
Yeah, I know. It's like again, you have this expectation, right, of what Wit Studio has like pulled off, and seeing this, it is a downgrade. You can't hate people for having this opinion, but yeah,
Yeah, I
it
suppose
is what
so.
it is, I guess.
But I feel like what I've seen online, like in terms of reactions and reviews, like a lot of people love this episode, like a lot. Like,
Yeah, I've seen more positive than negative. I've seen that. What was that trend? We love Mappa or something like that.
yeah, it's like over 70,000 tweets, like in an hour, like
I've
people
seen it go up
praising
to
it.
200K.
200,000 tweets of like, yeah, like people like praising Marpa and like thousands and thousands of people like liking
And to be
people
honest,
praising it.
I support that as well because I don't like seeing people getting death threats.
Oh yeah, definitely. But not just that, I just feel like when it came to the characters, like the Gabby scene and she's gritting her teeth and like looking at Sasha and you have like the lighting on her face, like those scenes like really nice looking.
Yeah, when they're not using CGI, I agree
Yeah,
with
when
you.
they're not using. So every single thing where it's not CGI, when it's like the characters walking or talking or running away or interacting with one another, they all
It's
look
beautiful.
fantastic. The
I
shape,
love it. Yeah,
yeah.
I love it.
Even the shading looked really good as well. Like
Yep.
I think what I like about Marple is that I like how they blend the characters with the background, so they feel like they're in the scene more. You know?
Right. When they were running away from the stampede of Eren, there was this weird like smoke effect covering their
Yeah,
faces.
it feels like they're actually in the scene. You know,
Yep.
because with a lot of anime, like they tend to have like a very bright color palette or like a very thick outlines, and
Hmm.
they kind of like stick out too much.
But I
Like
do like that as well. To be
I
honest,
like that as
I
well.
like.
Like season one of Attack on Titan was like that, if you remember. Like I've got a poster on it in my bedroom. I can see it. Like you can see like Eren's character design. Like he's got like a very bright color scheme and like the thick bold outlines around him.
But to be honest, that doesn't like change its like theme. Like episode one was dark, even with the colorful outlines and
Oh
character
yeah,
designs.
definitely.
Like, his mum just died in that episode as well. That
Exactly,
wasn't
dude.
colorful,
Exactly.
but it still
But I
worked.
feel like yeah, I kind of prefer the color scheme for this season in particular because it just feels more mature. It feels more
It does feel
okay.
mature. Yeah, I agree with
It
you.
feels more grounded in reality because it's no longer, them fighting against these like titans. It's them battling against humans. It's a lot more complicated. It's
I
it's like
I
there's
think
no.
I agree with you. I think the characters are more mature now. They've aged, and
Most part as
everyone's had a
well.
glow
Like
up except for
yeah,
Flock.
Flock also grew a bit, but I mean his hair. He looks like he's from One
Yeah, that
Direction or
here I
something like
can't
that.
support you there, buddy. What is that?
What is that, dude? Oh my gosh,
But I think the biggest glow up is Eren. Like he is
Eren.
more badass than what he was the seasons.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude,
Like this guy
definitely.
would get kidnapped all the time.
But overall, I like this episode. I give it a 9 out of 10. CGI was mixed on me, but it is what it is. I like the story. I like the voice acting and soundtrack. And yeah, what about you?
I give it an 8 out of 10. It just I understand why they have to like rely on it because of the time constraints. I don't know why they have to like push it out. They could have easily delayed it if they wanted to, but it is what it is.
I mean, they could have delayed it, but we would have been waiting a lot longer, and we
That's
could
fine.
have.
We waited for 4 years for 12 episodes. That's fine. If you could wait that long, uh,
I don't know, dude. I guess because Attack on Titan was just on this really like it was on this like really like hype train after season two, and they didn't want to stop.
true. They wanted to cash in on it, and there was that
Yeah,
potential of spoilers of the manga ending as
and I guess that's the end of the podcast. Tell me in the comments down below what you guys thought about this. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Like this video, subscribe for more anime and manga reactions and reviews. With that said, thank you for watching, and as always, Stranger Bay React signing out.